Before a potato chip becomes a familiar crunch, it begins as a crop shaped by soil, weather, and timing.
The journey starts with extraction, careful enough to protect the crop, fast enough to keep up with the field. Even in the field, the first step toward quality is deciding what stays and what leaves. A product becomes real to industry the moment it can be gathered, measured, and tracked.
Once harvest ends, responsibility shifts from nature to process.
From this point on, every load has to prove it belongs.
Good snacks do not begin with optimism alone. They begin with disciplined selection. What matters most is often hidden beneath the skin. A great chip starts with knowing how the potato will behave long before it meets the oil.
Only after the raw material is secured can precision begin. The field can grow the potato, but the plant must prepare it for transformation. The first visible sign of purity is movement through clean water. Cleanliness here is not cosmetic. It is the first condition for trust. Only when the outside is clean can the plant truly judge what is inside. Uniformity is not vanity at this scale. It is the foundation of control. Standards become believable the moment a product is willing to reject itself. The next step is not about beauty. It is about creating the right surface for the process ahead. Fast change still depends on precise control. This is the moment the harvest starts to look like food. The more familiar the product, the less room there is for hidden mistakes.
Even in a modern plant, care still travels through human hands.
Now the product stops being prepared and starts becoming something new. A familiar chip begins with one ruthless act of precision.
The thinner the cut, the less room there is for error.
What is removed here will shape the crispness people feel later. A better fry starts long before the oil.
In serious production, progress is never assumed, it is confirmed. Before heat can transform the potato, moisture has to be brought under control.
The difference between greasy and crisp often begins with what leaves first. Uniformity is what allows scale to feel dependable.
This is where preparation becomes transformation.
The moment the slices hit the oil, every earlier decision starts to matter. Crispness is not added, it is created by forcing moisture out at exactly the right pace. At scale, even frying has to move like choreography. A chip becomes itself when shape, dryness, and color arrive together. What looks simple in the bag is controlled by data, No serious process waits until
A clean chip depends not only on the potato, but on the discipline of the oil.
once the heat has done its work, the product has to leave the oil cleanly. The best chips are not just fried, they are finished with restraint. Even after the fryer, control still separates a good product from a forgettable one. Texture is the first promise a chip makes before anyone tastes it.
A chip becomes memorable not only through crunch, but through the flavor it carries.
Flavor works best when it lands on a surface prepared to hold it. One precise process can support many flavors, but only if the foundation is right. A finished product is defined by how completely it delivers on its promise.
At this scale, appearance still matters, because appearance predicts experience.
The final snack has to satisfy both the instrument and the palate.
It is engineering you can hear. Now the challenge is no longer making the chip, it is keeping it exactly right. A chip can be perfect on the line and still fail if it is not protected. Consistency reaches the shopper not only in flavor, but in every counted gram. Packaging is not decoration here. It is barrier, information, and promise.
After all that preparation, the open yield.
Freshness inside a chip bag is controlled chemistry.
Once sealed correctly, the product can finally leave the line with its quality intact.
The bag does more than carry the chips. It protects the crunch people expect.
A trusted snack depends on both what is inside the bag and how well the bag was made.
Lose product to keep trust. Good manufacturing leaves every bag able to answer where it came from. A snack is finished, but the product still has to move through the world correctly.
A product that travels well starts with order before the truck ever arrives. At scale, reliability has to survive not just the process, but everything after it. Protection continues long after the chips leave the fryer.
A familiar snack only feels effortless because its system is not.
Modern trust is built from movement and records at the same time. What leaves the plant still has to carry the plant's standards with it.
A nationwide product has to stay consistent, even when the road is long.
Scale only matters when precision survives it. The shelf is not the first finish line. It is another test. On the shelf, months of work have only seconds to make sense.
Information is part of the product when the customer cannot see what is inside.
Trust is completed when someone decides this bag has earned a place in the cart.
The moment of purchase is when process becomes confidence.
What was once a batch now becomes part of someone's day.
A successful food product does not end at sale. It has to fit naturally into real moments.
The real test of a familiar snack is whether it belongs effortlessly in everyday life.
After every controlled step, the bag opens only once, and that moment has to deliver. This is where all the unseen engineering becomes something immediate and simple. A snack earns its place not by being admired, but by being shared. What people call a simple chip is really a record of many precise decisions.
The true destination of a factory line is not the warehouse. It is the table.
Looks delicious.
I think it's ready. That crack.
A product becomes part of culture when it appears naturally in the moments people already love.
The best everyday foods work quietly. They support the moment instead of stealing it.
Good packaging proves itself when the product still feels right far from the plant.
A truly successful snack fits more than one kind of day.
The most trusted foods are the ones that travel easily between different kinds of life.
A product built well can leave the factory and still keep its identity in the noisiest places.
A simple snack becomes part of memory when it appears in the background of everyday rituals.
Responsible manufacturing keeps caring after the truck has already left. The best factories do not just make food, they keep learning from it. A product earns more respect when the factory respects the resources behind it. In serious production, waste is something to reduce, not ignore.
Consistency tomorrow depends on discipline after today's line stops. Precision in production survives only when maintenance is treated as part of the process.
Reliability is built in the quiet hours when no product is moving. Every bag on the shelf points back to a field most people will never see.
The first transformation is simple to describe, but hard to do well, turning a crop into a controlled raw material.
One precise cut changes everything that can happen next. Preparation matters most at the moment heat makes every earlier choice visible.
The product becomes familiar only after surviving its most violent change.
Crunch may define the chip, but flavor gives it a personality people remember. Freshness is preserved not by hope, but by engineering. A reliable snack reaches the shelf with its quality still intact.
The story is not complete when the product is bought. It is complete when it fits into real life. A simple chip carries the labor of more people than most of us ever notice. What feels effortless at the bite usually comes from effort at every step.
The journey is complete only when the product feels at home in a real moment.
The best everyday products succeed quietly, by helping people gather without asking for attention.
A trusted snack is never just made. It is grown, selected, transformed.
What seems simple in the hand is only possible because an entire system learned how to do simple things extraordinarily well. In the end, the strongest proof of a product is that it becomes part of life so naturally people stop thinking about how much it took to get there.
For this episode. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. We hope this gave you a deeper look at how real quality is made and quality and why trust matters.